It is now coming out that President Trump claims that the election was stolen, and big tech and mainstream media's insistence that anybody who talks about it should be kicked off of platforms, censored, and completely denigrated and called all sorts of conspiracy theorists. In this case, once again, Trump was right. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Please absolutely like the video and please donate $20 to the channel. We're going through some very major hard times, and now the house is, I've been ignoring the house and trying to, that I have to renovate it for some time, but it's 110 degrees here, so, and inside of the house it's something like 130. I'm sitting in a room that's completely sealed off with an air conditioner unit that does not keep the room cool after it reaches about 98 degrees. If you're an air conditioner expert, you can give me all sorts of pointers of what to do, but if you can hear the background, I still have it on. I usually turn everything off to make these videos. It is now coming to light that the Democratic Party engaged in, not the word warfare, but engaged in what is called lawfare. If you recall, in your voting in 2020 and you're voting in the midterms, you did not see third parties on your ballot, did you? That's because the Democratic Party went to court and got the Green Party kicked off, the Libertarians kicked off, Constitutional Party kicked off, completely removed from the ballot so that you were not able to vote for them. So as much as everybody wants to say Trump is crazy, Trump is wrong, he was completely proved once again correct. They removed your ability to vote for your party. And believe it or not, there are people who are not Democrat, who are not Republican. Because of the way they conduct themselves, we have currently a two-party system. Just like people, when they put on weight, it's a pound here, 5 pounds here, 10 pounds here, and lo and behold, you're 200 pounds overweight. The same thing can be said of third parties. Had they been allowing third parties to be voted on from the time of, I guess, the 60s or whenever they came about, we probably would have had 3 or 4 parties. And they would have to have coalitions to create coalitions to vote on stuff in Congress. And the only people who would have won are the actual voters. But the Democrats are concerned with repeating this mantra of this is a threat to democracy when talking about Trump or talking about MAGA Republicans. Let me clue you in as a person who actually has a degree in politics and is a student of politics and researches politics and looks at charts and what have you. To be president of the United States, you cannot rely on your party to vote for you to actually win the seat. What does that mean? That means there are no MAGA Republicans. There are people who voted for Trump. This means leftists, centrists, and Republicans. Let me repeat this in another way. Obama had mass appeal. Republicans voted for Obama. That's how he became president. Twice. There is no such thing as MAGA Republicans. And the idiot leftists who keep repeating this are useful idiots. That is a Marxist communist term. That you repeat something to them over and over, and then soon enough, they will repeat it themselves. Make America great again is not a conservative mantra. It is a Trump mantra. And who voted for Trump? Everybody voted for Trump. Everyone. Democrats, centrists, third parties, and Republicans. Everyone voted for Trump. And according to Trump, in the last election, he had the most votes ever in the history of the election. But in some unprecedented thing, they said that Biden got 81 million votes. The courts have made several decisions based on that election. And several of the cases, they actually sided with Trump. Why Biden is still president, I have no idea. I believe that's because the Department of Justice is not stepping in and applying the court's decisions. If that's the case, before you jump to weird conclusions and say, "Oh, I can't believe you," I'm not. Bush lost his court cases and should have been replaced a year into his presidency. But he was not removed as president. Once again, I have no idea why. It makes no sense. So if you think I'm pro-Trump or pro-Republican, I'm not, because I'm not Republican, nor am I Democrat. I have a thinking brain. The same thing that occurred during the Bush era is occurring during the Biden era. And they accused Bush of having a mafia-style conglomerate as well. But they didn't make big news of it, right? They only said it a few times. They said that Bush had a machine, and his machine ran over his opponent. He went to court, won against Bush, but he was not seated as president. Let me repeat that. He went to court. The court says, "You're completely correct. You won," but he was not seated as president. Once again, I am assuming that the Department of Justice did not move to unseat the president. I guess they or Congress or whomever didn't move to do what needed to be done to remove the president. Same thing in these cases. The courts have decided, especially Arizona, the courts have decided that, yes, Trump is absolutely correct. He won. In those cases. Why Joe Biden is still president, I have no idea. But now it's come out that indeed the Democratic Party engaged in what is called lawfare. They went to court and got third parties kicked off of the ballot. That is election interference. That means some people should go to jail or prison. Please share this video. Thank you all for watching. And once again, please donate. I'm not doing so well today. Thank you.